everybody, it's Hope from Los Osos Valley Nursery. So I thought I would do a little tutorial on tomato pruning and answer some questions that we've had recently. So we've been really busy at the nursery, so I haven't had time to come out every day and prune like I normally would. And I should be doing the tutorial on these, but they're in their wall of waters that I have to get online because we can't get them anymore. But these really need to be pruned, and I'll prune those up later. But there's a technique that's for coastal climates, so it would be from anywhere along the coast of California, anywhere where you have colder nights, maybe foggier days where we don't get the heat. So this is a cool climate technique, and I believe it's a German technique. So but it is to prune your tomatoes up. So when you buy a tomato, and sometimes you see the two coming out, I would suggest looking for just one coming out of the pot. Not you think, oh, there's two in there, it's great. No, you just want one. It'll actually make a stronger plant and a cleaner plant later on. So on these, I didn't get to right away. So this is where everybody goes, oh my God, look at how big my plant is. It's amazing. Well, I'm going to cut that back. So starting at the bottom, I'm going to cut off all but 1 liter. And so I just want the 1 liter on the tomato. And then I'm going to prune everything off. So everything, these are what they call suckers. And these are the little, what would we call that? That's like what I call the armpit hair of a tomato. And it's the little sucker that comes out of that. After 18 inches, this becomes your fruiting growth. You'll also get fruit off the side of the leader stem. But these you want to prune for the first 18 inches. And you basically will prune off all growth for the first 18 inches. So I'm going to take all of these off, and I'm just going to leave even my fruit, because I just think it makes a stronger plant. And I'm going to take all of those off for the first 18. So we have these in here, and you can see this is a sucker. So I had this big leaf here. We're going to take that off. We're always going to take these off after the 18 inches. After that 18 inches, we're going to cut that as far back as we can. And after that 18 inches, in colder climates, I'm only going to let these grow, and I'm only going to let the fruit that comes off the side shoots grow. And that is how you prune a tomato for cool climates. You will be amazed at the fruit that you get. You'll be amazed at the varieties of tomatoes that you can grow. If you don't do this, you will not get a beefsteak tomato to fully ripen here. It's too cold. But if you do this, you will get a beefsteak tomato to ripen here. So these are the leaves that they don't go anywhere. They're just big leaves. And over in the valley or hot areas, these leaves protect your tomatoes, and with the heat, when they get that heat, the plant can assimilate all the food and send the sugars into the tomato. Here, we don't get enough heat, so this leaf sucks up your sugar. And this is what keeps your tomatoes from ripening. If you have a tomato plant that's all full and beautiful, and you've got little tomatoes on it, literally, if you prune this, you will see that in 3 to 5 days, you can actually get ripe fruit. So once you do it, I don't think you'll ever go back to pruning it a different way. It's absolutely wonderful. And so, bigger's not always better in tomato plants. Sometimes you just want lots of fruit. And so I will just continue to come out here on a daily to a weekly basis and prune off all these shoots, and we'll continue to do updates. The other thing is, when you have your tomato plant, it's the clones or the cuttings the part of the tomato that you can make a cutting on, so you would cut off the little fruit. If you wanted, say you had a tomato that you absolutely love and it's in the fall and you know you're going to lose your tomato plant, you can make cuttings, and this is this fruiting growth that comes out of the armpits, also known as a sucker, from 18 inches and below. These are the cuttings that you would use to make new plants. So that's about right. Sometimes you can cut off a few of the extra top leaves. And so all this will become root, and then you have a new plant, commonly known as a clone. So that's how you can restart your own tomatoes so that you won't be in shortage. We're also, after I clean this up, we're going to be adding a little bit of lime, which is a calcium basically base, or derived from calcium, and that will keep our tomatoes from getting blossom end rot. So I've put it out just so you guys could see it, but I am going to mix it in, and then I'm going to water it in. And you can see how dry this is right here, but down below it's actually wet. And tomatoes like that. They like the drier top layer. They want to search for their moisture. So you want to let them dry out in between waterings, and they'll do much better. Your tomatoes will be sweeter, and you'll have less problems with disease. You can also see that I've opened this whole thing up, so now any tomatoes that were on the inside are actually going to get the sun, and they're going to get ripe fast. The blossom end rot, I don't have any ripe tomatoes, but this is a squash that has blossom end rot, and you can see where it's not fully developed and it got soft, and that's a calcium deficiency. And so even if you have really good potting soil, you can get calcium deficiency. So just adding a little bit of lime is a great way to resolve that and not end up with it. And so that is our tomato tutorial. And if you're coming in to get things, we are wearing masks. So if you come in, we're open 10 to 4. We do ask that you wear a mask and that you just kind of space yourself out from people. And we just try and keep everybody so that we can stay open. We really appreciate that. Have a great day.